Stop scrolling. What if the weight loss drug you've heard so much about isn't just for your waistline, but actually rewires the clock inside your body? Today, we break down a groundbreaking new study showing that semaglutide, the powerhouse behind Ozempic and Wegovy, might be doing something far more profound. It is actively slowing biological aging markers in adults with HIV. This isn't just about losing pounds. This is about extending your health span by interfering with the very DNA processes that age us. If you've been waiting for a game changer in longevity, this video explains exactly how a GLP-1 agonist could be the first real weapon against cellular decay. Let's talk about what actually happens when we get old. It isn't just that our skin loses elasticity or our joints grind more. It is about the accumulation of specific biological markers known as epigenetic clocks. These are essentially stress sensors built into our DNA. Every time a cell divides, these markers tick up, signaling to the body that repair mechanisms are failing, and that time is running out. For decades, scientists have watched these numbers climb relentlessly in people with HIV. The virus itself creates a unique environment where this aging accelerates faster than in the general population due to chronic inflammation and immune system stress. But here is where things get exciting. A new post-hoc analysis of a Phase 2b trial has revealed that when patients take semaglutide, these ticking clocks start to slow down. The drug appears to modulate these epigenetic biomarkers, effectively hitting the brakes on the biological aging process. This suggests we might be looking at something revolutionary, a treatment that doesn't just manage symptoms, but fundamentally alters the trajectory of how fast our bodies age. For years, the narrative around GLP-1 drugs like semaglutide was strictly about appetite suppression and insulin sensitivity in diabetes patients or weight management in obesity cases. We knew they helped people shed pounds by tricking the brain into feeling full faster. But this research shifts the paradigm entirely. By slowing the accumulation of DNA damage markers, semaglutide is acting as a systemic protector for cellular health. Think of it like putting a shield around your genome. In adults with HIV, who are already dealing with accelerated aging from viral activity and treatment side effects, this intervention offers a dual benefit: better metabolic control and a deceleration of the biological clock itself. The trial data indicates that participants showed significant alterations in several key aging pathways, not just weight loss. This means the drug is likely preserving muscle mass, improving cognitive function by reducing oxidative stress, and potentially lowering the risk of age-related comorbidities like cardiovascular disease. We are moving from a view of these drugs as simple appetite suppressants to powerful agents of biological preservation. Now, let's get real for a second because science rarely works in a vacuum. You might be thinking, okay, semaglutide slows aging markers in an HIV population, but does this translate to everyone? That is the valid question. The current evidence comes from a specific subset of people living with HIV-associated lipohypertrophy, which adds a layer of complexity. This specific group has distinct metabolic challenges that might make them more sensitive to the anti-aging effects compared to healthy individuals or those with other conditions like obesity alone. We cannot simply extrapolate these results blindly. The mechanisms driving this effect likely involve the reduction of chronic inflammation and the stabilization of glucose metabolism, which are common stressors for aging in many populations. While the potential is staggering, the long-term safety profile across different demographics remains a variable we need to watch closely. The study is post-hoc, meaning it analyzed data from an existing trial rather than being designed specifically to measure aging clocks. So while the findings are promising and statistically significant, they represent just the beginning of a much larger body of evidence that will define whether this is a universal anti-aging therapy or a niche solution for specific high-risk groups. So, what does this mean for us moving forward? The most immediate takeaway is a shift in how we view metabolic health. Maintaining stable blood sugar and healthy weight might not just be about looking good. It could be the primary way to slow down our internal aging clock. For anyone considering these medications, understanding that they are participating in clinical trials of longevity changes the conversation from cosmetic to medical necessity. Furthermore, This opens a door for future research into combining lifestyle interventions with pharmacological support to maximize biological age reduction. We might soon see therapies designed specifically to target epigenetic markers directly. But until then, optimizing metabolic health through proven drugs like semaglutide is becoming a legitimate strategy for extending your health span. The era of treating aging as an inevitable, unstoppable force may be nearing its end, replaced by active management and potential intervention at the molecular level. In conclusion, the link between semaglutide and slowed biological aging markers is one of the most exciting developments in modern medicine so far. We are seeing evidence that a drug designed for metabolic health can actively protect our DNA from the ravages of time, particularly in vulnerable populations like those with HIV. This isn't just about weight loss. It's about buying us more years of life, but with higher quality and better physical function. If you found this breakdown helpful, please smash that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into science and technology. Drop a comment below telling me what your biggest fear or hope is regarding the future of anti-aging treatments. I'll read them all, and we can discuss this further in the next video.